the good days, here's to the sorrows. This is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter, it's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter, it's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it all we had, it's time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does.
Hi, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Also, I forgot to use the bathroom before this, so I will very likely have to pause for a hot sec during the live. I'm a mess, by the way, if you can't tell. But that's fine. Who cares? Not me. Hi. Ooh, Rocky, welcome. I'm glad you're able to catch a live. Who are we reacting to? Oh, our good friends. Did you hear that? Our good friends at Plexus. I need to make a thumbnail. I am not on my game today. I will be with my commentary, but right now I gotta get my shit together. I feel like one of those boss babes who gets on a live and isn't ready. Look at me being so hypocritical. Yeah, I gotta make a thumbnail eventually throughout this live. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Rescue Ninja, Max, Charlene. I made it in time, sweet. Hey, y'all. Hey, Amanda. Sorry, yeah, I pushed the live back. It was originally like 5 something. What is happening? I had therapy today for the first time in a long ass time. So that is a huge plus. It was very awesome. How are you? Howdy, partner. Ye to the fucking haw, Hannah. Ye to the haw. You know, whenever I talk, when people in Minnesota ask me, they're like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Texas. And they're like, where in Texas? I was like, I'm from Austin. They're like, you grew up in Texas? I'm like, I grew up in Yeehaw, Texas. I refer to it as the West Texas. I refer to it as Yeehaw. Your hair got long. So thank you. I've been trying to keep it healthy. So I don't know. I mean, I just blow dried it on high heat. So fuck that idea, I guess. I do need to get it dyed though soon. Today was my therapy day too. Ah, yay, look at us. Mentally well. Mentally and emotionally well. Let's go. Cal said, unlike those boss babes, you offer something other than word salad, so we'll forget the lack of breath. Blessings. Thank you. On my lunch break at work, hey Ray. I'm here. Nicole, welcome. Van Gool said, I grew up outside of Houston near LA, so I call it Cajun. Oh, near Louisiana, so I call it Cajun adjacent. Amen. You know where I'm going this weekend? Can y'all guess? Can you guess? I'll give you a second. I also have to respond to something. Okay, sorry about that. New Orleans. Yes, Max, you saw. Why? Can you guess why? Anybody? I'll give you a moment. Oh, Charlene, that's okay. Let's see. Where in West Texas? I'm in Austin. Well, I moved to Minnesota from Austin. What's your fave Dayseeker? Did you know I got to hang out with Dayseeker after that? Actually, that was the first time I listened to their music. One of my close friends is really close to them, so we got to go get a fucking drink with them. That's crazy. Yes, I'm going to see Taylor Swift this weekend. You're right. I am vibing so hard right now. I just need a Diet Coke and I'll be good to go. Sorry, I was answering. Oh, I'm from West Texas in do you know the Permian Basin, the Odessa Midland area. I love Dayseeker. Oh yeah, they're super chill. I hung out with Rory, Zach, and Gio. And they were super nice. How long are you there? From Saturday to Monday. The concert I'm going to, Taylor Swift concert, is Sunday. My friend is flying in from Texas. I'm flying in from Minnesota. Hi. Friday Night Lights area, literally Odessa. That's where I went to half of my college. Friday Night Lights. I was there. I was alive and well when it was being filmed. The little bitty town I grew up in is like right beside Odessa. Odessa was where we went to watch movies. It's where we went. It was a big city. My brother saw Taylor in Switzerland because when you have a good job and no kids, you can do that kind of stuff. Haha. Amen to that. That's my jam. One of my friends was going to see her in Italy and went to Italy, but then the whole like terrorist thing happened for Taylor Swift's concert. You remember? Okay, my brother worked in the oil fields in that area. Oh, I know a bunch of people who work in the oil fields. My dad still lives in Midland. Okay, well, I think we should get started. I'm so excited for you to see the show. Hannah, okay. Odessa, Midland is cool. Midland is way better than Odessa, that's for sure. Midland's cool, but like for that area. Like I wouldn't say Midland is cool in general. Look, I'm gonna put this shit on my face for the Taylor Swift concert, and I am so stoked. Look at how cute this is. So, also, I got those little butterfly clippies. You know, the like colorful butterfly clippies, and my plan is to like half my hair and then do twists and then a butterfly twist, butterfly twist, butterfly all the way back. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. All right. I saw Taylor in Sweden on my honeymoon. Amen to being dual income, no kids. You're preaching to the choir. We are at church right now. Anyway, I still don't know if I want kids or not, so we'll see what happens. I was the queen of butterfly clips in high school. Melissa, I'm bringing them back. Just kidding. But I am wearing them. Sorry if you hear thunder and lightning. It's like freaking raining here. Where it came from, I don't know. Yes, dude, I love an excuse to dress up over the top. I can't wait to see your fit. If I can find, so my outfit was delivered, but it's not where it's supposed to be. So let's hope to God I can find it because it's not like it was fucking cheap. But if not, I have other things to wear. So, I'm doing butterfly clips for the Usher concert tomorrow. Usher. Remember when I was such a dork and I was like making fun of that MLM lady for saying Usher, and then all of y'all were like, "That's how he says it sometimes." Like, sorry, my fucking bad. I was a teen in the 90s. Haha, I know butterfly clips. Man, your hair must have gone through a lot in the 90s. Because, you know, some of those like headbands where some of those headbands fucking hurt. I mean, I was 4 and I was born in 96, so I don't remember the 90s, but I remember the early 2000s. I gotta let Instagram know. Everybody say hi to Instagram. I gotta let them know that I'm live. Okay. I'm excited for this one because of the title of the video. If I go out that night and see you, are you cool with me coming up to speak? Absolutely. Yeah, if you see me, just say, hey, JulieJo, and then you can come chat. I might be awkward, but I probably will be really excited to say hi. We invented the term pain is beauty. Amen. Yes, you did. Well, yes, you probably invented it, but poor women. We've been going through pain for beauty for a long ass time. My son found one of those headbands and I showed him how to put it on and he goes, Mom, why did they even have these? It hurts. Yeah. I know, and you know what? I know exactly what you're talking about. Alrighty. So I chose a specific video. Oh God, there's a reason that I wanted to put a thumbnail up before we got started. It's because YouTube likes to do this shit. Sorry, I was watching. Oh Lordy, it's Jordy. Do this shit where like the thumbnail is just me mid-speak. I'm like, YouTube, stop. Why would you do that? Okay, so let me let him know and we'll get started. Melissa React. It is not a Melissa React. I'm sorry if you really wanted one. There will be more Melissa Reacts though. However, it is somebody that we have watched that we do enjoy watching. Is that gonna work? All right. Okay, there we go. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Okay. I think it's about time. I've been talking for, oh, well, if it's a 3-minute intro, then not really 12 minutes, more like 9. Okay, hold on. My eyebrows did not survive. Are you saying your eyebrows did not survive the 90s? Sorry, I just had to make sure it worked. Because I'm so sorry. That's really funny though. I can't help but like giggle a bit. That's like actually really funny. But I'm sure you're still so beautiful. Who cares about eyebrows? Sorry, that was loud. Nobody really needs eyebrows. Fuck them, you know? So they're doing this training from Emily Roberts. And this one says week 1, retention. And so it's like how to keep customers and I'm guessing downlines and whatnot. OMJ, caught it live. Hi, Maria. And Jelly's pinching out feet and making them sweaty. Oh, yeah. Amen. I had some of those actually. I really did. I'm so pleased I'm not the only 90s one here. And no, the eyebrows had to regrow so many times. I never went through that, and I'm very happy. I mean, it was a close call. It was a close call. I mean, I did cut my eyebrows poorly like once or twice. But then I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't do that again. I didn't pluck in the 90s. I was deaf, made fun of for it. Oh, Becca. And now look, nobody really likes it. Everyone likes a good thick brow. You know what? You should just come the fuck off. I had a classmate who burned her eyebrows off. Oh no. Did it hurt her skin? Like, was her skin okay? Hey, Austin. Oma Kakinswe. Hi again, pal. I haven't plucked or waxed or trimmed my eyebrows in years and they just don't grow. Sorry. Do you like that though? That might be nice. I do have to pluck. Anyway, I said we were going to get started, then look at us talking about the brows. I think we should get started though. Okay. All right, here we go. This is called retention.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Crap, you guys. We got 5 people in the waiting room. Hold on. We can't start without them. This is too much. All right. Okay. Do we just, anybody who comes in late, sorry about your luck? Okay, that's how we roll. All right. That makes me feel bad and I don't like it, but it is what it is. Okay. Back we go.
So this is
One more
Rachel
time.
Hollis. No, Amy, I'm glad you didn't.
All right. We should be good now. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you guys. Thanks
Hey,
for
you
getting on this
guys.
week. We are in week 2 officially. So last week we kicked it off if you were on here, and we were talking all about mindset.
Miss Ma'am, Miss Honey, this says week 1. I'm on week 1 retention, and what we're watching is week 1 retention. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I could be, but I'm pretty sure that says retention too. Anybody else? No, I'm right. All right, well, somebody didn't get the memo.
And starting into our 4 pillars and just really diving into that on both sides of it. So 2 things. So 1, our mindset surrounding each of these pillars, and our habits and our routines and everything. And then the other side of it is the systems, the actual action behind it. So what are we doing to make that pillar come to life? What are we doing to have consistency there and to be successful in all 4 pillars? Because that's how we create a legacy business. So week 1 here, we are going to be covering the first of the 4 pillars. Not that they have to be covered in any particular order, but I think retention is a huge, big, fat column pillar underneath all of the things that we have to take care of, because happy customers make happy sharers. Happy sharers make business builders and large team. This creates a legacy business that we all desire and is great for us in the long run. There we go. Okay. So just a few of the things that we're going to be touching on tonight is our mindset surrounding retention, customer feedback. So I've got some really interesting facts to share with you guys of things that are very specific to customer care and what people are experiencing in the world right now and what they're reporting about that. How to transcend the transaction. Happy thoughts, we're returning back to talking about that, but specifically with customer care and retention. Creating systems and habits within retention and customer care, and then just our little intro into the week 2 pillar. And again, same thing as last week. By the end of this year, you could be in a place that you never imagined. And that's why it's super important to actually take what we are teaching you in these Monday night Zooms, commit to getting on them every single Monday without fail, and then go and apply it and keep going. So I came across this quote earlier. I loved it. Do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, for all the people you can.
John Wesley? Are we... Do y'all know who John Wesley is? So, you know, my schooling, religion, whatever. John Wesley? Are we talking about the Wesleyans, whatever? I'm curious where she grabbed this from.
As long as ever you can, by John Wesley. And specifically with mindset, I put a little picture of Miss Hannah on here because she is somebody to me who just exudes the mindset that it takes to be persistent in this business, and she shows up consistently, and she just has the long-term vision for this business. And I just love that she puts her emerald vibes out there too. We're cheering her on always, and all of you in your goals. But you cannot outwork, outtrain, or out IPA poor mindset. And this definitely plays a factor when it comes to your retention and your customer care, because sometimes it's a little scary to reach out to our customers. If we're not in a good place and we are not taking care of this up here, it can totally affect our ability to reach out to our customers, to provide them with the support that they should be getting and that they deserve to get. And it can just mess up a bunch of stuff. So again, returning.
For the record, oh no, not Rachel Hollis. For the record, I am doing a thumbnail. So if you're like, JulieJo, blah, blah, just give me a bit. It won't take me long. I swear it. I swear. My Monday nights are reserved for WWE. Amy, when I was a child, I would Monday Night Raw, baby. Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. I'm so serious right now. I was during when I watched it, it was during the prime of John Cena, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio. Don't even get me started. That I'm are we supposed to read the text she chose? Girl, y'all, I don't know. But all I do know is I gotta finish this thumbnail.
Back to the topic of conversation on mindset last week, and I think you're going to see this tie into every single pillar without fail, because if you don't have this fixed up here, it bleeds into everything in your business in a good or a bad way, and it will dictate that. How you can treat retention, I truly believe this can make or break your business. I just wanted to revisit this super briefly with the fixed versus a growth mindset, because several months ago, I started diving into customer care and retention a lot more than I have in the past. So I feel like in the past for me, just an honest moment, and it might be the same for you, is that I have just always kind of like dabbled in customer care. I never really had a system. I just would kind of wing it. When I would think about my customer who had gotten started, I would send them a message, but I really had no rhyme or reason. There was no consistent system, and therefore that also wasn't something that was duplicatable. I wasn't able to pass that on to my people. I would just kind of tell them like, well, just follow up with your people every couple of days. You want to check in on them, make sure they're doing good, ask them how their water is, and consistency and all of that stuff. But like on my end of things, I was not creating a system.
They keep talking about duplicatability. Is that a word? Anyone want to check it out? Anyone want to check that for me? They talk about that all the time, being duplicatable. But the issue with MLM is it's just not possible. Did y'all hear the thunder? Hopefully not. I can't read Sanskrit. Fixed us. I said fixed us. It's fixed versus growth mindset. So, this is on me. I did 380p because I didn't want to use a lot of storage for this damn video. But fixed versus growth, let's not sit here and act like growing your mindset is not important. It is. However, in MLM, I wouldn't say you're actually growing your mindset so much as you are like being brainwashed into believing that MLM is growing your mindset and that MLM is opening up your mind to greater things. Too many words per slide. Right. Man, that post isn't readable, and the contrast is not good enough to be readable in this setting. Yeah. I'm JJ. I thought it was my glasses not working. No, it's totally my fault. But the good thing is y'all like me, even though I mess up. I didn't want to I tried to download it. To be fair, I tried it to myself. To be fair to myself, I tried to download it in 1080p. It wouldn't work. So I did the lower one, the lowest, excuse me. Being gullible versus not. Here, K-Bird. I'm being so fucking weird tonight. I'm just in a really good mood.
That was shareable. So several months ago, I created this system for myself, and I actually started to have the belief at that point, once I had a system in place, that I truly was capable of retaining customers. And so I want to ask that question to you. Do you believe that you can retain customers? Do you actually believe you can retain customers?
Do you?
I created a system and I stuck to it, and I saw results from it. People with good retention, they don't just stumble upon it. They work diligently on customer care and to keep their customers happy. It's something that you have to be persistent with and intentional with. And maybe you don't have a specific system yet. Maybe you're kind of like floating through the wind like I was, what I just described. But the keyword again, as always, is yet. You don't have a system yet, but you can learn to create one, and hopefully you will tonight and implement that. So fixed versus growth mindset. So things like if you have a fixed mindset, I'm just going to touch on a couple of these for those who maybe weren't on the call last week. If you have a fixed mindset surrounding customer care specifically, you might avoid challenges, meaning that if you have a tough customer, and we have all had them, you might avoid that person. instead of taking care of them and just confronting those conversations because you know they're going to be unpleasant, or you're assuming that.
Or like if someone keeps telling you no, they're like, no, I don't want your product. And they keep saying no. It's just a tough customer, babe. Keep it going. Keep pushing. Try to force them. Here, ooh. Hi, DC. Hi. Melissa J, if you actually have a good product, customer retention shouldn't be that much of a problem. That's what I like to hear. Logic. Claps for Melissa. Hey, Bird. Oh, so not only every Monday night, but we'll repeat ourselves. Sign me up. Growth mindset, aka you can brainwash yourself with self-help. It's true. That's a good point.
They're going to have a negative response that you just kind of don't want to hear, or you're afraid that if you check in on them, they're going to say, I'm not really loving it, and I think I'm just ready to stop. So you might avoid challenges and shy away from things that you don't know. You might not be able to handle criticism and feedback that isn't super positive, and kind of redirect that.
Say what now? I'm sorry. I've never met a multi-level marketing top leader, such as yourself, Miss Lauren, isn't that your name? That has actually been able to handle criticism and feedback from moi, or really any other person in the anti-millennium genre. Like, you in general don't if someone gives you feedback or criticism, they have a negative mindset. They are so negative. They have a scarce mindset. You can't handle criticism. Amen, Monica. They cannot. Sometimes stopping is wise. Right in that. I agree. Yeah, they don't and refuse to listen and try to handle criticism. They just don't. They can't. It's like it's taught inside of them that any kind of criticism, any kind of pushback, any kind of questioning is scarcity mindset, and it's all negative, and that's a big no-no. Hey, Yvonne.
And your effort is not regarded as fruitful. So when you're feeling defeated about retention, you're going to go into it with this mindset that, yeah, well, I just got 2 more customers last month, but they're probably not going to be around in 60 days. So the last thing on that list then is giving up easily. So you might just avoid it altogether. Yes.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
she has her kid. Yeah. It's so small, though.
When you have a growth mindset surrounding retention and customer care, you can view challenges as opportunities. So if you have that difficult customer, yeah, okay, you're a little tricky to deal with. You're a little tricky person for me. And I'm not sure how I feel about following up with you, but I'm going to, because I view that as an opportunity for me to grow and me to learn how I can continue to serve future customers better, because this person is my troublesome one. If you struggle in that area, you're able to acknowledge and embrace your weaknesses. You are capable of receiving criticism and constructive criticism, hopefully, but just some negative feedback sometimes.
Listen. Why is it okay that they only receive that from you? Why can't they receive it from me? Because if they receive it from me, I'm a hater. But if they receive it from you, it's proper criticism. It's not negative. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I would love for someone to explain that to me.
You are able to prioritize learning. So these are some things just dependent upon how you shift that mindset a little bit. How you walk into your customer care is going to change completely. Give the people what they want. Feedback. This is what I was telling you guys about. It was very interesting to me to see some of these numbers, like really high numbers. And when I think of companies who just do an exemplary job with their customer care, there's companies like Chick-fil-A and the wonderful Disney World. I know at convention, for those who were at convention, the example of the company Chewy.com that was used, and how their customers, if they have a customer and their dog passes away, they work with freelance painters, and what they do is they go onto that person as long as ever.
Oh, shooty. Oh, McShoot pants. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Give me a moment. First, I want to say I do like Chewy. Hey, Pen. Hey, JJ. I put my Bach out, so I'm going to lay here and ninja watch. Bach, is that your dog? You're back. Plexus is not Chewy. Amen. Sorry about that. Pen, I get what you're saying now. My bad. Why does she have a picture of Chewy and Chick-fil-A? Right. That's a good question. Also, where did she get these numbers? They never can. Can they ever put any sources? No, never. But also Chewy and Chick-fil-A. Listen, Lauren, how I know. Sorry, Pen. How in the world does Chewy and Chick-fil-A how in the world is that equal to what your MLM does and the way that they give back to people? They don't give nothing back to nobody. Zero.
Their customers, if they have a customer and their dog passes away, they work with freelance painters, and what they do is they go onto that person's social media, they get a picture of that person's dog who passed away, and then they send it to a painter and they hand paint a portrait of their dog, and then they mail it to them with a sympathy note and I'm not sure what else, but at least like a sympathy note and the painted picture of their dog. And so now people who go to chewy.com for their products for their dog,
makes my pit smell
a couple of things, they are clearly going to put that on social media because that is creating an emotional connection with them, and it's a company going above and beyond in their customer care. But also, if you think about it, when they have that type of customer care, do you think they're ever going to spend their money anywhere else besides chewy.com? No, they're not going to. They're always going to return to them when they have another dog in the future. They're going to return to them. So,
Lauren, what the heck does this have to do with Plexus? Plexus doesn't do shit about nothing. They're allergic to citing their sources. Amy, apparently. Anybody got an EpiPen? I would like for them to cite it. I know how to use an EpiPen. I can help them out. It's not the same thing. This is a false equivalence fallacy. Why are you trying to equate things that don't equate? Chewy is not trying to recruit me. Say it louder. And if they were, I might think about it. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. That sounds unique to the pet industry, though. Yeah, it is. Absolutely, Sila. Okay.
People reported, so this was a fact that was shared at convention, in terms of your communication with your customers or even with potentials, I would say. I know we're talking about retention, but I think this would also apply to your conversations with potential customers. So people reported that they expect a reply from you within 4 hours in these three categories. If you are going back and forth with them by phone, they expect a reply from you in 4 hours, 75%. 75% of people said yes. For sure within 4 hours. If you're going back and forth with them on social media, 54% of people expect a reply within 4 hours. And if you're going back and forth with somebody via email, I don't know who's doing that, but 38% of people still, even with email, which I would say is kind of like the new age snail mail, honestly, still within 4 hours. So think about that. Are you communicating with your people consistently? Can they rely on a relatively quick response from you? This does not mean that you have to make yourself available all hours of the day, 24/7. This is a business that is flexible, but that doesn't mean that you always have to be accessible. But you should have some work hours or some sort of consistency where you're checking your phone and you're checking your messages, Messenger, Instagram, DMs, all of those things where somebody might be trying to reach you at least every couple of hours throughout the day, because your timeliness and how you respond to people, it definitely matters to them. Customer experience is crucial. 73% of people are saying that the customer experience is the most important factor when deciding whether to purchase. 73% of people. So their experience with you is the most important factor when deciding whether to purchase. And that's, another statement to say that, as always, people are usually purchasing from you. They're buying you. They're not necessarily buying the products. 84% of people say that customer service heavily influences their brand loyalty. So that means people sticking around. 84% of them. Your customer service to them, that is going to big time impact whether they actually stick around or not. It's not just about their product experience. Yes, of course, they have to be happy with what they're spending their money on, but ultimately you going above and beyond can sway them, I would say. And an example of that, I was just having a conversation with my parents a couple months ago that they went and tried a new restaurant, and they said that the food was just okay, but the customer service that they received was excellent. It was really, really good. And
Who? What, where, when, why? Where is all this coming from? There's just a bunch of numbers, percentages, and I mean, fine and dandy, but show me where. Like it's so funny because maybe she's right. Like maybe this is from somewhere, but she has a great opportunity to say, "Look, I put sources in," but she just hasn't. She just hasn't said it. I'm like, if you actually use sources once, just stick it to me. Just show me them. Please. I want somebody to stick it to the JulieJo, you know, stick it to the man. But I'm not a man. You know what I mean?
my response to that was that totally makes or breaks my experience. I could go to a restaurant where the food is really, really great, and I will have that in the back of my mind. Of course, I'll enjoy my meal. But if I have a server who is having an off day, and I can be understanding of that, but also it's probably not going to make me personally feel super enticed to return back to that place. I would rather go to a place that maybe has like a step lower in the food, not quality necessarily, but like the deliciousness of the food, and have extremely, extremely wonderful customer care experience on the receiving end. And I would 10 out of 10 times go back to that place than the place with the better food. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that definitely makes or breaks it for me. So realizing that on our end of things, where we're the ones taking care of people, just make sure that you're doing a great job with your customer care. Personalization matters. This was another fact that was reported on. 69% of people expect personalized interactions. So providing tailored experiences and something that's super specific to a person is increasingly important.
I'm gonna be real honest. Don't come and ask me if I need anything in the store. I know it's their job, and I will be so kind back. But like, I don't want a personalized interaction. I just want me, myself, and I just want to look. I'm probably not even there to buy shit. I'm just there to look around. I'm just there to dilly dally. I like to dilly dally, and that's probably what I'm doing there, if I'm being honest. But with all due respect, I understand why you come and ask me why. If I need any help, because it's your job, and I will gladly be kind back and respect you back. But like, I'm just there to dilly dally. That's it. So I don't know what the 69 is about, but I don't. I just want to know where she got it. Anyway, if you're in the clothing, if you are in retail, and please know that I have a lot of respect for you, because I couldn't go up to someone and be like, "Can I help you?" I'm always like, "Oh, no way, Jose."
And they also noted that 70% of organizations plan to use AI to improve their efficiency. However, 68% of people still prefer human interactions. So the human touch continues to remain super crucial. And the reason why I wanted to touch on that point specifically is because we are going to talk again tonight about utilizing AI and ChatGPT to help you create your systems. But I just want to remind you guys to just remain you. Empathy and intimacy. So this is talking about being able to transcend the transaction. Every single customer and ambassador relationship, it starts with a problem. It starts with a problem. And it's our job to solve their problem and then to support them in the process. When Brooke, so Brooke Kleberger, she's an example of this.
Hot take. It's not your problem to solve shit. You share the products, and they decide. They solve their own problem. Is that a hot take? You're not there to solve any problem. You are just say, "Hey, I sell these products. That's great and all." Hot take, though. It's not your job to solve shit. It's your job to share products. I don't know what the 69 is about. That's what she said. Listen. Oh, I don't want to give it away. Well, if you ever hear me like say something that could potentially be sexual innuendos and I giggle, that's exactly where my brain went. for the record.
I would call her one of my first customers. She joined me 6 months after I had started sharing about Plexus. We had talked about it a couple months into me using it, but she had skepticism that I didn't even really know about until much later when she shared that with me, about really how skeptical she was. But when she finally opened up to me, because I let her take the time, and I just, when she asked questions, I would share about what I was doing. But ultimately, I was hearing her and I was meeting her where she was at in that point in time in her life. She had 2 babies, I think, 2 babies, and was pregnant with her third, and was like 8 months pregnant. So she needed energy, but also she needed help covering the cost of her products. And so I just want to remind you guys of that. Your customers, they have actual problems that they're coming to you with, like real things that are negatively impacting their lives, that are really taking a toll on them, whether that's with their health or their finances, and they're coming to you for help. And I want you to just let that sink in for a second, because sometimes it's so easy for us to get caught up in our numbers and our goals and our enrollments and how many messages we're sending out and all of that. And I want to remind you guys that these are people on the receiving end of the messages that you are sending.
Daft optimist. I like what you said. You quoted, they have actual problems for you to prey on. Yeah, that's definitely their goal, is to prey on like things that you are struggling with. Oh, you're a stay-at-home mom who wants extra money, you're tired, you're working, let's say you're working 3 jobs and you're trying to pay off debt. Let's say you are retired and you don't have a community, or you want to make money even though you're retired, and you want to try products, blah 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 blah, whatever it is. There's tons of ways that there's tons of different things and issues and situations that they use to prey on you to purchase products and then to continue to make them money. Yeah, daft optimist. Oh yeah, you need help, I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth. Absolutely. Yes, I love very predatory. DC said, setting aside lack of resources, my soul is weeping looking at these ugly as F slides. Who did this? Amen.
Real people with real problems. So just keep that in the back of your mind, and don't let efficiency steal your empathy. So systems are great. We want to work on creating systems. We're going to work on that tonight.
If you're in an MLM and you can have empathy, you have some, like, let me rephrase that. If you are a top leader in an MLM and you can have empathy, you are in some serious cognitive dissonancing. Word check? Anyone? Word check? Yeah, no bueno. Your empathy, it's wherever it comes from, it's somewhere. You have an empathy bone? I don't know if y'all are part of Girl World, but that's what came to my mind. If you are, then you get it. If you aren't, maybe it still makes sense. Any empathy bone? No, probably not for Lauren.
Within the pillars, but it is still so important to transcend the transaction with our humanness and apply that to everything that we are doing within our business. Every customer and ambassador is your family. If you can accept that thought, you will find yourself treating them much differently. If you treated them like you treat your mother or your sister or your BFF, then you are definitely going to serve them well. And then just this quote that I found: when you show deep empathy toward others, their defensive energy goes down and their positive energy replaces it. That's when you can get more creative in solving problems. And I've definitely noticed that in the past, when I take time to be a person and be a friend to my customers, and I don't just treat them like a customer, even if I don't know them very well, even if I only know them through social media.
Can we talk about how you don't have to be friends with a customer to treat them well? Like, let me put it this way. Melissa J, you've been in my lives for a while, quite a while. We are not necessarily friends, but we respect each other. We're kind to each other. We have fun on my lives. Like, I don't know you in person. We don't have to be friends to enjoy our time together. Does that make sense? Like, why fake friendships when you can just be respectful humans who enjoy laughing together about something? Like, you don't have to be friends with everybody. And for Lauren, in MLM, it's like everybody's your friend. You know what I mean? Like, with MLM, it's like you have to fake friendships and you have to fake this relationship that you don't have with them so that they think they have some kind of community and friend in you. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what I remember. Like, that's what I remember when being in an MLM. It was so hard to have to like fake these friendships. It was exhausting. It just sucked the energy from your soul. Gosh, it was so tiring.
They are so willing
Yeah,
to just stop being surface level, and they start to open up and really share about the things that they have going on in their life.
Melissa, although you became my emotional support person while I was reading The Throne of Glass, you know what? I understand that. I think we're almost in the friend category after that. Yeah, for sure. That was if you read a book and we talk about it, we might be friends. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal for me. Brandy said MLMers fake relationships like most women have to fake. Although I was not prepared for that one, Brandy. Also, Minnesota versus Los Angeles. Let's go. Hey, Siri. When does the Minnesota game start?
Which sport?
Football?
Which league?
NFL? I don't know. NFL?
Here are the NFL games for week 8.
Started at 7:15. Oh, like a couple minutes ago. Oh, sweet. Okay. Go Vikings.
Life. And then that creates the path for me to be able to really serve them well. Quickly, I'm going to touch on this, thinking happy thoughts. And thought number 1, people buy from me, but they never stick around. New thought, I am committed to the customer care process and I am emotionally detached from the outcome. So if you are doing everything that you know how to do within customer care, and you're taking care of your people and you're checking in on them as you are supposed to, then you can be emotionally detached from the outcome. Yes, it's a bummer if they cancel their subscription or they stop ordering consistently.
This is an issue though. So this is going against what she just said a second ago about being friends. So how can you be emotionally detached from the outcome if you are friends? Right? So like some of you who've been in my life for years at this point, 3 years, there's people. I mean, there are a couple of you, maybe 3 or 4, that I would be very sad to see you go. You know what I mean? With all due respect to the others, right? Like, I mean, of course, I don't enjoy losing subscribers or anything, but there's a few of you I'd be like, oh, damn, like that stinks. But it's because we don't have a friendship. Like, I'm not emotionally detached. I'm not emotionally attached to the outcome of whatever this is when it comes to you staying or leaving. I'm just here now hanging out with people. So she's pushing friendship, but then she's like, but you need to be emotionally detached from the outcome. Emotionally invested? Yeah. It's good that I'm not casting to my TV and just staying on my phone or I'd be even worse. Yeah, emotionally invested. DC, I can hear you screaming. Amen. Yeah, for sure. So they're pushing the idea of being friends, but also like, but don't be emotionally invested in anything they say or do. I'm like, well, that's hard when you want me to be their friend, when I'm trying to be their friend.
But feeding into the idea that they never stick around is not going to serve you well for your future customers.
Right, Rocky.
Thought number 2, they stopped their products because they hated them and they're never going to restart. New thought, I can create trust with my customers by being consistent with how I build rapport with them when I follow up. And thought number 3, a system seems hard. I can't do it. I'll just keep winging it. New thought, change is normal and I can learn new things. My customers deserve better than me taking care of them when I think about it. Okay, so let's talk about actually creating a retention system. I want you guys to do this either tonight or this is part of your homework for week 2. Your homework for week 1. Part of it was doing a brain dump for any of the negative or intrusive thoughts that you had. I would love for you to drop in the chat if you ended up following through on that. And if you were not on last week's call and you want to do that.
Sila, that's a good point. So it was all BS in the end because you were never supposed to care either way, only when it benefits you. That's so slimy. It's like those dudes who hit on you and then pretend like they don't care when you say no. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good example. Be their friend, but don't care about them. Listen, one of the most important people, some of the most important people to me in my entire life are my friends. I will do pretty much anything for them within reason. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. I love them to death. They're my support system. They're my people. I will go do an activity I don't like simply to be with them because I love being with them. So how can I not be emotionally invested in friendships? I take friendships very seriously too. So it's just like mentally, I can't get on that brainwave.
Activity. What you can do is write down all of the negative or intrusive thoughts that you have surrounding you and your business.
Iris?
Once you have those
Sorry, Miss Iris is freaking out because it's raining. I forgot. Hey, love, come here. It's okay. Hold on, I'll play.
written down, then you'll want to go through and cross off anything that's not within your control. And then you're left with what is actually a barrier maybe for you or a problem for you. And then I would encourage you to take that to your upline and work that out with them and see how they can support you in that. And then the other one was to create the jot form that Emily had wanted you to use. And
see my ass. Hope you didn't see my ass. Sorry about that. I was trying to comfort Iris. She's having a moment. Yeah, you can come lay right there, Iris. You're fine. You're fine.
And then actually start utilizing that. So if you did one or both of those things, drop that in the chat just for accountability.
Come here, baby.
And then we're going to move through talking about how to create a retention system if you don't have one. So most of us, I think, should have kind of like day 1, day 3, day 7, day 14, some sort of system in place. I hope you do. And if you don't, it's completely okay. And we're going to hopefully get one that's specific for you. So there really is no perfect customer care system. You have to find one and create one and tailor one that is the perfect.
There might be no perfect one, but there are definitely customer care systems that work. I like what August said. August said, how is anything she is saying creating a retention system? It's not. It's not. Daft Optimist said, look, when I'm on the clock, my customers are absolutely entitled to my time, but I clock out. Huns never clock out. Absolutely. Melissa said, some reps need to be put in detention. Neon Doe, LOL. Monica, so fake it. Yeah. None of what she's saying guarantees retention. Not at all. Not at all. And the idea that there aren't customer care systems out there that do work is wild. Like, you have to make up your own? No, you don't. Like, legitimate jobs, legitimate sales jobs have systems. Like, I mean, sure, definitely, like, you have your own personality and all that, but like, they have systems that work normally. And if they don't, then yikes, like, you're not going to see them around very long.
Perfect system for you. It's kind of like finding your partner in life. There's really no perfect human being out there. There's no perfect man out there, but you find the person that is perfectly imperfect for you, and then you make it work together. So that's what we're going to do with our customer care system. And I want to encourage you guys to download ChatGPT if you do not have it. I think you can access it through the internet if you don't have the actual app. But we're trying to help you guys get into the habit of utilizing this tool because it is amazing. It takes so much guesswork and just work, like time work out of it for you that you don't have to put into creating and thinking and doing all of that. And so you can give it this prompt. This is the prompt. Help me create a retention system. I tried this earlier today, and I'm going to give you some examples of what it spits back. Help me create a retention system for my network marketing business. I need to follow up with my customers during their first 60 days of using their gut health products. Keep the message samples somewhat casual, but focused on how they're feeling, their consistency with the products, and their water intake.
Touchdown Vikings, baby. Let's go. I will be doing that throughout this live. I'm not really sorry about it, but I understand why it's annoying.
So this was the prompt I gave it earlier. And then I specified and I said, give me messages for day 1, 3, 7, 14, 21, 28, 45, and 60. These are just my personal preferences on when I message my customers in their first 60 days. So you can plug into that whatever you want. If you want to be in contact more often with your customers in their first 60 days or not as often, then you get to choose that and you get to specify that. And then I also asked it to give me some creative ideas that I could utilize for personal touches. So again, reverting back to the fact that people are noting that personal specific touches with a human, not with an AI system of some sort, is definitely important to them. So this is the prompt that I used. And then these were some of the things that it gave back to me. Now,
Thanks, Julia.
if you copy and paste this exact same prompt, I have no idea if your Chat GPT version is going to give you the same exact thing that it gave me. So it might give you something a little bit different, but basically the idea here is that we want to create the framework of something from Chat GPT where you then get to put yourself into it. You get to create your little personal touch in it and make sure that it sounds like you and it feels like you. Because when you send these messages, you don't want it to feel like it's coming from an AI computer. You don't want it.
But like it is. It is. So, I mean, if your goal in MLM, if you're running a business and you're like, oh, I have so much integrity, like I'm all about my customers and being kind and loving on them and pouring into them, blah, 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 blah. But you're sending AI generated messages. There's nothing wrong with AI generated messages, but don't act like they're your own, right? Don't act like you sat there and put in the hard work.
Somebody to get it and have them literally feel like a robot is reaching out to them. So these were just some of the examples that I grabbed from there, some screenshots. So the day 1 welcome message. Hey, how excited are you to kickstart your gut health journey? Today's the first day of something amazing. I just wanted to check in and see how you're feeling so far. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Water is your new BFF. Let me know if you have any questions as you get started. And then it gives an example of a personal touch. So send a short, upbeat voice note instead of a text to make it more personal. So you could send this in a voice message instead. And since you have it written out, you can kind of just read it, practice it a couple of times if voice messages aren't your thing, and then send away. I always like to, this is just like my little tip with Chat GPT, when I give it a prompt, if I don't remember to, and once I'm reading through it, I can usually tell that I forgot. But I almost always try to specify, keep it casual, because it enters little things in there that are exactly like what I would write. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Water is your new BFF. That's clearly not going to be like a computer or a robot that's going to be writing that to somebody, even though it did. It typed that up for me, but it is something that I would probably send to any of my friends or my customers. The next example, day 28. 1 month celebration. 1 month already. Time flies. How are you feeling? Have you noticed any positive changes? I'd love to hear your thoughts so far. Let's keep the good vibes going and stay on track for month 2. Personal touch idea or suggestion is to send a handwritten card with a message of encouragement and a small token of appreciation, like a branded bookmark or a magnet, or you could send like a cup or something, just like a small little thing from.
So like spend more money on things to send to people? Make your profit even less or lose even more money?
Amazon. And then day 60. Uh-oh. I don't know if that changes things. Okay. Day 60. Hey, so-and-so, can you believe it's been 60 days? I'm so proud of you for sticking with it. How are you feeling now compared to when you started? I would love to hear about your experience and what's next for you on this journey. And then personal touch, offer a freebie. Like, this would be a really great time. I was really impressed with Chat GPT for giving this as a just like a sample personal touch, but offer a freebie, like a sample of another product or a discount on their next order as a thank you for their commitment. So that would be something that you could totally add in there. And then you can kind of make that your own. So again, using ChatGPT in this prompt or any prompts that you're using with the AI services that are now available, it's to create the framework for things. And then I really want to encourage you guys to go in and put your personal touch on it. Even if it is like already pretty darn personalized, there's not much I would change about these personally for me. But just make sure that you're going in and putting your little stamp on it, making it feel like you, and making sure that it's something that you feel comfortable and confident sending to your customers as you're checking in with them. And then I wanted to share my little personal customer care hack that I created several months ago. Like I said, when I was really getting into customer care and just prioritizing doing a far better job at it, I created this little get to know you quiz for my customers.
Nat, thank you for being here. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate that. And Paige, hey.
Part of the reason for that, I've shared this on a previous call, so some of you might know this already. You guys are more than welcome to take this and utilize it. It has been a very effective tool for me, and it's just something that I had never done prior. But part of the reason I wanted to do this is because the more information that you can extract from your customers, that sounded very scientific. The more information you can gather about your customers and gain, the more knowledge that you can gain about them, the better you can serve them. So the more personal touches that you can give to them, or the better customer service you can provide to them because you know why they started, or you know what their hangup might be. If they already told you, I really, really struggle with snacking late.
Delcy said, I have never in my life told a customer service person my favorite color or what I do in my free time. And I think that's fair. Me neither.
At night, you can send them a random message like that. Hey, just wanted to check in and see how you're doing with that late night snacking, encouraging you to stay strong. Something along those lines. So you can either take this exact quiz and you can utilize it, you're more than welcome to, or you can go in and you can kind of replace some of the questions and insert some of your own questions. These were things I came up with. But as soon as somebody, I think the day they place their order, after I send kind of like the initial congratulations, here's the information you need to know kind of stuff, I send this message and I tell them that I would love to get to know them a little bit better while we wait for their products to arrive. So here's an easy and quick get to know you quiz. I would love for you to fill out less than 5 minutes in the next couple of days. What's your birthday or your anniversary date? Your favorite color? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What's your ideal vacation? What do you feel like is missing in your life currently? Who are you working on bettering your health for? And in 60 to 90 days, how will you feel when you've XYZ? Insert their specific reason why they started. So if somebody started because they want to lose weight, how are you going to feel when you've made progress with your weight loss goals, or when you have the energy that you want to be a better mom? So specifically pinpoint their reason for starting. Just to touch on a couple of these things and why I chose these questions, because some of them seem like a little bit of fluff and whatnot, but it's things that you can utilize to your advantage. So even like with the birthday or your anniversary date, instead of just simply wishing them a happy birthday on Facebook, I can send them a handwritten card because I have their address in my back office as soon as they place their order. So I can send them a handwritten card. Or, you know, if it is their anniversary day, I'm probably not going to send them a card, but that might just be an extra touch as far as just like a little message you can send to them or a voice message.
Y'all, she is boring as hell. I forgot about her. She is so boring at training. Like, we covered her before, and I think we had to stop the video at one point because it was so boring. She sucks at training.
Message, happy anniversary. Are you guys doing anything fun to celebrate this year? Their favorite color, I always like to know that in case I do decide to send them a little gift like a cup or a hand mixer or anything. Nope. If I want to send them a cup or a hand mixer or anything, then I always try to send it in their favorite color. So that's why I try to gather that information.
Poor kid.
What do you feel like is missing in your life currently? I kind of underestimated that question when I put it in there.
She's dry as a Popeye's biscuit. JJ, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't say it out loud. Well, don't worry, because what's her fucking face? I don't know. The head lady that we've watched plenty of times that likes to get really intense. It's about to come on.
actually ended up being wonderful because I got some responses from it that I wasn't expecting. One of those, as an example, was a girl who was starting on the products, and she ended up saying that she was really feeling like financial breathing room or financial freedom. I can't remember exactly what she wrote, but she shared that with me in her little get to know you quiz, and I've never met her in person. And then the last question, in 60 to 90 days, how will you feel when you've made progress with your goals or have the energy you want to be a better mom? What you're doing there, you're asking them a question, but what you're doing is you're causing them to vision cast for themselves. So you're causing them to already be looking into a lifestyle that they are wanting, and they probably are feeling a little bit of hope after clicking the join button and placing their order, but they're probably already experiencing a smidge of doubt or a little bit of fear or skepticism as well. And so it just kind of helps them to get themselves in the right mindset for the framework of the next 30 to 60 to 90 days. And you're also setting the expectation that they are going to be sticking with it for 60 to 90 days. So just like a little recap, work smarter, not harder when it comes to retention, you guys. Make sure you're using ChatGPT.
Sometimes when y'all talk shit about somebody else's slides, I get self-conscious about my hold on, about my fucking thumbnails, and I'm sitting there so stressed out right now thinking about all the thumbnails that probably look like shit. But you know what? I do them. They're all me, baby. So thanks for giving them.
But most of all, keep yourself in the mix of it when you're doing that. Also, play around with it. You don't have to use this exact framework. So the prompt that you can give ChatGPT, like the details of everything that you can put in there, is totally up to you. And I would just encourage you to go in and play around with it, try some different prompts, or, you know, word things a little bit different.
Daft Optimist said, okay, it's like you got to be their therapist because you're expected to. You can never just sell the product. That's how you recruit people into the pyramid. Absolutely. And again, they presented this idea of like be almost like their therapist, their friend, blah, 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 while simultaneously presenting the idea of you should not be emotionally invested in the outcome of whatever happens. And I'm like, make it make sense. I don't understand that. Like, how can you have both?
And see what kind of information you get back from it. My other tip is use voice messages so your customers can hear your tone and they can hear your personality and the empathy that you have for them and trying to help them with the problem that they came to you with and that they really wanted your help for. And then remember, your courage to consistently show up and step into conversations will create the connections that lead to happy customers who are willing to share. I fervently believe that diamonds are born out of happy customers. Most of the people who get up on stage at different Plexus events, most of them say, you guys have heard it too. I know if you've been at events, you've heard it too. They're all like, I told my upline, don't talk to me about the business. I am not sharing. I don't want to tell a soul. I'm going to keep this to myself. And then they ended up sharing. And then they're standing on stage and they're speaking to you and they're sharing.
Who? Lauren, who? Give me a name. She says they, like there's many. Give me a name. What percentage of Plexus consultants are diamonds? Probably not very high. You know what? I bet I can actually figure that out. Maybe not. Let me look. Ba-ba-da-da. Do you hate me for that? Where? I can't find diamond. No. They don't even have them on the income disclosure statement. It says in the tiniest fucking, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to show you how tiny this is because I think we need to Dear God, I look away for 1 second. These damn slides. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. I need you to look at this. Okay. Obviously, there's no diamond right here. And so to find it, you have to do this. Look how tiny. It's the littlest words ever. They're teeny tiny. It says a small percentage of brand ambassadors achieve the elite status of Jewel, which includes emerald, sapphire, and diamond. The time and effort to reach these levels is not typical and should not be used as a basis for a decision to become an brand ambassador. So what they're saying, oh shit, sorry, you can't see it because I'm a dorkaroni. Look how tiny. Look how teeny tiny. It's so small. That's what look at it compared to like here. Let me go to what it normally is, 110, 100. Look how small those words. They're the smallest words on the whole screen. They're so small. So how can she sit here and talk about them and act like it's possible? Even Plexus is like, no, dog, we're not putting them on the income disclosure statement because they don't, like, it doesn't happen very often, ever, really. Very, very rare. Diamonds are not born, I'm afraid. They are rocks. Fair. Fair.
You and their experience with you, and they've, made it to emerald or sapphire or diamond, and their whole life has changed and they've impacted a ton of other people. So please, you guys, do not underestimate the impact that you can make with your customer care, your service that you're providing to people, and just remember to have empathy and respect for the people who are spending their hard-earned money with you, and then make sure that you serve them well along their Plexus journey. I am going to stop sharing so I
Sorry
can see
about
the
the
screen.
kid. Hold
Emily,
on.
I know your video is not on. Did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Trying to get the
I
kid
don't
out.
think so. Just look for a post in our team pages. No matter which team page you're in, all of you, your leaders, are going to have a worksheet to help you. Like, some of you are going to be like pen to paper people. This is a lot of amazing information and resources to start applying and using. You're not going to get it overnight. This is something that I think if we start using it, just imagine your retention system a year from now and the point growth you are going to have a year from now after utilizing these things. And so in our team page, kind of like last week, we were like, hey, when you make your drop form, drop your link below, like shout yourself out. That shows that you did the work. Well, same for this. If you're a worksheet kind of girly, we got you. We got a worksheet. It'll be in the files of my team page, and then I'll send it to the other leaders. They can put it in their team pages so that if you like to print it out, you can like write out your system in 48 hours. I want to use this ChatGPT verbiage. And their first 30 days, when I check in, I want this, and so on and so forth. But having like 1 through 5 steps of what you're going to do with every customer until it just becomes a habit, because tonight Lauren laid the framework, right? You can't just build a house. You got to have the plans, the blueprints. And so that's what ChatGPT and the automation and the worksheet, that's the framework for the legacy house you are building, your career. Okay. So look for that in the team pages.
Legacy house. Are we in a sorority or fraternity? These people are wild.
And if you do have questions, or if there's something like a little gray area, or yours like my brain isn't braining, ask. We're by no means perfect at this. We want to do this as a whole team, to get better at this, to get better at retention. And for those of you that are Ruby and above and you work with an RSM at corporate, if you didn't know that, you have that option, and they will send you a report. They have a retention report to show you your team's retention number. So a good retention like data point is going to be over 50%, right? You want to retain over 50% of the people that you brought in the month prior. So for those of you that are enrolling 1 to 2 people right now a month, are they reordering? Why or why not? Use the things and the questions and the ideas that Lauren shared tonight and ask yourself, like, did I drop the ball? Was I really just checking in when I remembered? Like, do I have anything in my calendar? Do I need a planner, a Plexus planner? Like, think of the things that will help you get good at this until it becomes a habit. And then you can teach your people to do it. And that's where the duplication happens, right? Lauren, You killed it. That was so good. Everybody told Lauren how awesome that was because we learned a lot tonight. And this is what you can expect every Monday. Her and I are just kind of going to swap places. Next week, we're going to cover recruiting. So if you're like, Emily, I ain't recruiting 1 to 2 people, but maybe a year. Okay, well then next week.
Looks like we're going to have to do looks like we're going to have to do another video soon. Maybe I can't do this weekend because I'm going to be in New Orleans. Seeing T Swizzle. Next week, maybe. Next week we'll have to do because hopefully she's doing it and it's not so fucking boring. And it's about recruitment, which you know how we feel about that. We love it. We love it.
I got you because I want to show you why it comes so naturally to me. It's a system, it's strategy. So that's what y'all can expect next week. We're going to dive into recruiting, but this week, download ChatGPT, like actually do it. Promise, Lauren, you're going to do it. If you already have, I saw y'all put in the Bahamas chat, like, OMG, this is so freaking cool. Because it is. Like, you're talking to a robot, but it's like the robot's in your brain and knew, like, what you wanted to make. It's so cool. So let's utilize that resource. And then if you create a retention system, let's just say you have like 3 to 5 steps that you want to really get good at for the rest of this year. Share in the post on the team page what you created. Like, there's no right or wrong answer. Your retention system, all of them are going to be similar, but different. Different. And so we can share in the chat or in the comment section, like, this is what I made and this is what I'm going to work on, you know? And then, yeah, we'll have that worksheet. But thanks, guys, for being on. Lauren?
Yeah,
Anything else?
I have one little tip. I forgot when you said something that triggered the thought. With customer care, I feel like
I'm covering her because I'm tired of them showing the damn kids.
part of the reason why I didn't have a good system that I was sticking to in the past was because I couldn't find anything that was keeping me on track with it. So I had tried like the handwritten planner stuff and I had tried to plug it into my calendar on my phone and it wasn't working. And the thing that I found that has worked the best for me is a totally free assistant, and her name is Siri. And I tell her to
I was about to say, this chick is not paying her GD assistant. Siri, got it.
remind me to reach out to my customers. And then
But she kind of is. Siri's not that free. You pay for your phone. That's how you have Siri.
it's amazing because as soon as I have a customer who signs up, what I do is I sit there and it takes all of like 47 seconds. And I go through and I look at my calendar and I say, remind me to, I can't say it or she'll try to start doing it right now. But I'll say, remind me to follow up with Margie on September 7th. Remind me to follow up with Margie on September 16th. And I go through and I lay out all of my days for her. And then that actually pops up as a reminder in my phone that I have to check off and I make sure that I take care of her. And then she doesn't fall through the cracks.
Lauren, if you watch this, you suck at training. Maybe you need like a little caffeine. I don't know, but you're about to put me to sleep. And this is my job. This is one of my jobs. So much free labor. Right. I'm just, oh Lord. Also, Emily, can you not let her train? No, I'm just asking them to work. Me sitting here going, we need to work on this training a bit. We need to fix it. It's boring as hell. Emily, you need to not let Lauren train. And Lauren, you need to get some help on training. Oh my goodness. I can't listen to her anymore. I say I wasn't talking to you because I accidentally activate her on my Apple Watch all the time. Oh, sorry. I was so tired today. Last night was my last night of work for the week. So I'm always so tired the next day. I only slept like 4.5, 5 hours because I had therapy. It was worth it. I think she might need to snort some ketones. I'm sorry for yelling. Yeah, you know what? I think that could probably help her out. Or the plexus pink drink stuff. Just give it a little sniff. All right, well, what do y'all think? It is pouring rain here. I think I'm about to get off and I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to watch YouTube. Zachary Michael. Michael Zachary, and go hang out with people. And I don't know. So I hope y'all have a great night. I need to film tomorrow for sure. And I might have a collab coming soon, by the way, with someone that y'all probably know. I'm sure y'all probably know this person. Anyway, have a great night. Get some rest. I'm gonna go enjoy the Vikings game. We love a good Minnesotan football game. Don't hate me. All right. I'm preparing the goodbye now. Okay. But before we go, since there were no members tonight, let's give it a go.
Nobody that's going places in life, by the way, wants to be around some negative, dull, disillusioned, thumb-sucking, whiny, crybaby, diaper division loser.
Can I get an amen? And the church said, all right, everybody. Good night. See you later.
Stay till the morning light, or would you follow me?